Hello grade 3, 4s, 5s and 6s. This week we're going to be learning some exercises that will improve our muscular strength and endurance. Now, let's see what equipment we need for today. Today we are going to need 3 pieces of equipment we could find around the house. We will need a towel, some canned food to use as weights, or you might be able to even use drink bottles or anything else that has a little bit of weight to it that you can hold in your hands. And we will also need a chair for today. So if you can go and find those pieces of equipment now, that would be great, and then we can get started with our lesson. So our first exercise that we're going to learn today targets our chest and the backs of our arms, which are called our triceps, and we're going to be learning how to do a proper push-up. So what we need to do is, first of all, we need to lie on the ground on our belly and our chest. I need to put my hands either side of my shoulders and in line with my shoulders, and I need to come up onto my toes. I'm now going to push against the ground and push myself up, and I'm going to try and keep a nice straight back and straight legs the whole time. You might remember from last week or the week before when we learnt about push-ups that I didn't want to see any bending of your bottom up in the air or any arching of your back. I want to keep a nice straight line here. And what I'm going to do is practice lowering myself to the ground and pressing up, keeping a nice flat back at all times. I'm going to try and attempt to do 10 of these in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If those push-ups are too difficult for you on your toes, we can also do the same on our knees. So we take a similar position to begin with, but this time I lift my feet off the ground and I'm using my knees as a pivot point. So I press up on my knees, and just like before, my back is still straight. I'm going to practice doing 10 of these this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I want you to do is to do 10 repetitions of that, like we just did. Have a little bit of a break, and then you're going to do it again another 2 times. So you'll end up doing 30 push-ups in total. Remember, if it's too difficult on your toes, you can always do it on your knees. Now the next exercise that we're going to look at targets our legs. The fronts of our legs, which are called our quads, our bottoms, which are called our glutes, and the backs of our legs, which are called our hamstrings. Now what we need to do for a squat is take a stance that is shoulder width apart. Our feet are slightly turned out, and I'm going to bend at my knees and at my hips like I'm going to sit on a chair. And I can keep my hands out in front of me to help me with my balance. So, get into my position, bend down like I'm getting onto a chair, and back up. And side on it should look like this. In my position, sitting in my chair, I should have almost a 90-degree angle at my knee and at my hips. And I'm back up again. And just like with our push-ups, we're going to practice 10 repetitions of this. We're going to have a little bit of a break, and we're going to do another 2 sets of that. So in total we'll end up doing 30 squats as well. I'll do 1 set with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll do 5 from the front so you can see that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, after we do our first set of 10, our first lot of 10, you're going to push pause on our video and you're going to practice doing your other 2 sets of this. Remember, our magic numbers for today are going to be 10 repetitions and 3 sets for a total of 30 with everything that we do, okay? Our next exercise that we're going to look at doing is our towel rows. So what we need to do is we need to go and get our towel for this exercise. And with our towel rows, we're going to be working on our bicep development, so our arms, and also work on developing and exercising our back, and in particular something called our lats. Okay, so the big muscles in our back. What you need to do is you need to get your towel, you need to put it into a bit of a roll like this. You need to grab the towel with an underhand grip like this in front of you, and then you need to pull out really, really tight. So I'm pulling my arms out this way really, really tight, and I'm also going to bend over slightly. Now what I need to do as I'm pulling my arms out really tight, I need to pull my elbows back, squeeze, and back out. And remember, we need to be pulling our hands out really tight and pulling back in really tight using our back muscles as we bend over. So we'll do 10 of these like we have been with the other exercises. So out, squeeze, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So with our towel rows, remember we're exercising our back. You're going to do your 3 sets of 10 repetitions, and you can do that now. Push pause, okay? And use this time to do that. Alright. The next exercise that we are going to be working on is called a calf raise. And a calf raise targets our calves, the lower part of our leg. And what we need to do is we need to find a ledge, a little bit off the ground that we can put our toes on. And a really good place to find one of these ledges is usually a doorway, but for here I have my garden bed. And what I need to do is put my toes on the edge of the garden bed. I need to let my heels drop down low, and then I need to go up onto my tippy toes. And like with everything, you know the magic numbers, 10 repetitions and 3 sets for a total of 30 in total. So, my toes go on the edge of the ledge, and I'm going to drop my heels and go up onto my tippy toes 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's your turn to finish off your other 2 sets. Remember, push pause, take a little bit of a break between each set if you need to, just to give your muscles a little bit of relaxation time and a little bit of time to get some blood flow back into them and get rid of that lactic acid that will be building up, making your muscles a little bit sore. So, we've worked a fair bit on our chest so far, so upper body and our back. We've worked on our biceps and our triceps a little bit. We've worked on virtually all of our legs now, but we haven't done much for our middle section, our core. So what we're going to practice doing now are some things called crunches. And if you did the warm-up video before this, you would have seen our palms to the sky crunches, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing this time. What you'll need to do is to lie on your back and bring your knees up. You'll need to point your palms to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you might be, inside or outside. And I'm going to lift my shoulders off the ground, squeeze in with my core, and pretend like I'm trying to touch the sky or the roof. So once again, we're going to do 10 repetitions of this for our 3 sets. I'll do the first set with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, touch the sky, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done everybody. Like with the other exercises, press pause now and do your other 2 sets. We are now going to be working our core, but the back portion of our core with another exercise called Supermans. And this works our lower back and our middle section as well. And what we'll need to do is to sort of get into our push-up position like we did at the start of this lesson. So, I'm lying on my belly and my chest, my feet are back, but this time instead of putting our arms to our side like a push-up, we're going to put our arms out in front of us like we're flying like Superman does. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms and legs up by arching our back a little bit, and we're going to lift them off the ground like this. And you won't move them very far, but you will feel it. And like always, you know the magic numbers, 10 repetitions. I'm going to do it for 3 sets. I'll do the first one with you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Use this time now to press pause and complete your other 2 sets. Okay, we should be done with that now. We're going to go on to working out our arms. So we're going to work out our biceps and our triceps with these exercises. And what we're going to need is our other pieces of equipment. So I'm going to need my cans for some weights this time. And I'm going to need my chair. And we're going to be doing 2 exercises at the same time. One's called a bicep curl, where we lift our hands up, and that works out the fronts of our arms, called our biceps. And the other one's going to be called a tricep dip, where we're going to be pushing behind us and using the backs of our arms, called our triceps, to do that. So first of all, remember those magic numbers, 10 repetitions for 3 sets. We're going to start off with bicep curls. Everybody grab your cans now, food, whatever you're using for weights, one in each hand. Our arms are going to be at our sides, and we're going to come up, flexing with our biceps, up slowly, down slowly. And we're going to do this 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, what's it look like in front? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now we're going to go into our tricep dips using the chair. So, to do this, I put my hands behind me on the edge of the chair, and make sure it's a sturdy chair that's not going to fall. And I put my legs out a little bit in front of me, but not too far. And I'm going to go down, and you can see my elbows bend, and I'm going to push up, and my elbows should straighten, and I'm going to do 10 of these as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that's too easy for you, you can put your feet out a little bit further, and if it's too hard there, you can bring your feet in a little bit closer. But remember, we need to complete 3 sets of this. We've just done 1 set of each. You now need to do another 2 sets of each. Press pause and use this time now to do that. Okay, we should be back now. You've pressed pause. We're going to go into an exercise for our shoulders. And our shoulders can also be called our delts. And we're going to use our cans again to do something called a lateral raise. And these kind of look like we're flying. So we've got a nice stable stance. Our weights are by our sides and our hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise our arms up like we're flying and lower them down slowly. We're going to do this 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now you know exactly how many more times we have to do this. We're going to finish off those other 2 sets in your own time. You can press pause to do that now, and when you come back I'll have a final chat with you. So everybody, we should have got right through our exercises now. We should have completed 10 different exercises that target all parts of our body. You can do these exercises as many times as you want during the week. And hey, you might even like to get your family involved and possibly teach them some of the exercises that you've learned. Grade 5/6s, you're going to have an assessment task now where you need to match up each exercise with the body part it works out. And grade 3/4s, you're going to have to fill out another questionnaire about how you're feeling in regards to the physical activity we've been participating in. You can find the links to both of those at the bottom of our assignment, and they'll be in the forms of Google Docs. Please fill them in to the best of your ability, and when you're finished, click the turn it in button so I know and I can give you your feedback. Have fun everybody, and get going.